And now, more You Talk. Now.
It's Steve and Katie, CatCon info. Once again, everything cats is here. I cannot believe it. And we just discovered something, the Cat Cafe. And it's a lounge. It's sip, socialize, adopt. So we're here with the founder of Cat Cafe Lounge. Christy, welcome to You Talk.
Hi, thank you.
How did you put this together? I mean, this is amazing.
I appreciate that. Cats are the number one population that's at risk of being euthanized in the shelter. And so we really wanted to try and give something back to them to give them a better opportunity to get adopted. A lot of times cats in the shelter are terrified, so they're not going to act the personality that they are. They're not going to show them true selves. So when they bring them into our space, it takes them some time, they get socialized, they get acclimated, and then they become who they're meant to be and show that to other people who then want to adopt them.
Okay.
That's so cool.
I'm kind of laughing because I never thought about cats having to kind of get socially acclimated.
They do, just like people. When you're like in a box for most of your life, if you're incarcerated, you change, and then like they're afraid. They go through a fight or flight mode of how am I going to get my food? When am I, who's going to be poking me next? So they go through a whole transition. People would too if you were in a box most of your life.
Katie, you're a cat woman, so are you relating to this and resonating to this, going, aha, yes.
I am, yeah, because some of my cats have all been adopted, and they do have to socialize and change and kind of react to you and get to know you're not going to hurt them, and they're going to have food, and they're okay. And
so, Katie, you've noticed this yourself, personally, with your cats.
Yeah.
All right, Christy, how long have you been doing that? I was going to say this is a huge undertaking. How long have you had the Cat Cafe Lounge?
We've been open for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Relatively new.
6 months, yep. And we formed as a nonprofit with the full purpose of trying to get these guys adopted, getting them pulled out of the shelter so they're not euthanized. And then we also work to socialize them, as we talked about. And in the 6 months that we've been open, we've adopted 56.
Wow, that's great.
And we've saved almost over 100 from being euthanized.
Wow. That's great. Now, you mentioned earlier, before we started recording, that being nonprofit is unusual in this business.
It's very unusual, yes. There's cat cafes all over the U.S. now, which is awesome. Tons of cats are getting saved, but majority are for profit. So we decided to form as nonprofit because we just wanted people to know that their money is truly going back to the cats, and that was the whole reason that we got into it, was to help them as a breed and as a species.
Now, do you have a goal, a dream? How many cats would you like to help? Probably as many as possible.
Every year, we'd like to be able to do about 350 adoptions.
Wow, that's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cats. Now, you work with, you're based in Southern California, but you mentioned there's things like this all over the country. Are you working with a particular adoption agency, or how does this work?
Yeah, we work with rescue groups. So we work with Stray Cat Alliance, and then we also sometimes partner with SNP LA. And their whole mission is to get cats pulled out of the shelter so they don't get euthanized, and so we provide them a big space where they can house about 30 to 35 cats.
Wow, that's great. Now, keeping in mind that we're always encouraging on You Talk people to make a difference. We've got a segment called Are You Mad? Are You Making a Difference? And what is it you're doing to make a difference? So in this situation, when it comes to cats, adoption, what is it that you would say to people listening today? How can they make a difference in this particular area?
Yep, absolutely. So I think there's two major things. If you're not near a cat cafe, the first thing that you can do is to foster. Reach out to a rescue group or reach out to the shelter. See if you can foster. During kitten seasons, kittens just get euthanized right and left just because of overpopulation. So fostering helps open up a cage so that the rescue can pull in another cat or kitten off the street. If you are near a cat cafe, especially a nonprofit one, by going in and donating to that cause, you're actually helping, like we said, socialize. So you're changing those cats' lives and making them adoptable for their future forever home, which then allows us to pull another cat, open up another cage, and continue that cycle.
That's very cool. So it's a simple thing that anybody can do, really. You're talking about a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, and maybe some resources if you want to push them that way towards that.
A little bit, yeah. A lot of the times the rescues will supply food and litter for their foster program. So you do your research, you'll find an organization that'll help you support them and help save more kitties.
Now, is there a way that our listeners can get a hold of you or follow you on social media?
Yep, absolutely. Our website is www.catcafelounge.org, and all of our social media handles are at Cat Cafe Lounge.
Thank you for being part of You Talk. But we appreciate what you're doing, especially with cat lovers, one who is allergic to cats, and I'll say I like cats. So thanks for being on You Talk.
Thank you so much.
You Talk Radio.